Welcome all. Today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Veligonda project rupees 1411 crore sanctioned for rehabilitation resettlement activities. The State Water Resources Department has issued an order sanctioning an amount of rupees 1411.56 crore for the implementation of rehabilitation and resettlement RNR activities related to the Pula Subaiya Veligonda project. Another rupees 522.85 crore has been sanctioned for R&R of 14 habitations in Kadapa district under the Gandhikota Reservoir project. According to the order RT 324 issued by Special Chief Secretary Water Resources Adityanath Das on Wednesday, rupees 1301.56 crore would be used to pay a one-time settlement OTS to 2,938 project displaced families, PDFs and provision of R&R facilities for 4,617 PDFs of Veliganda project. The project displaces a total of 7,555 families. Under the OTS, rupees 12.5 lakh would be paid to each PDF, which will not be eligible for any other compensation. Sansad Ratna Award for Srikakulam MP K. Ram Mohan Naidu. Srikakulam TDP MP K. Ram Mohan Naidu has created a record as he is the youngest MP to be honored with Sansad Ratna Award 2020. Ram Mohan Naidu has been nominated for the Jury Committee Special Award for his overall qualitative performance and individual efforts. The three-member jury committee under the supervision of Union Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Arjun Ram Meghwal has selected 8 MPs from the Lok Sabha and 2 from the Rajya Sabha for the 11th edition of Sansad Ratna Awards. Expressing happiness on receiving information about his nomination for the award, Ram Mohan Naidu dedicated it to the people of Srikakulam Lok Sabha constituency for electing him and also felt the award was as an honor for him in recognition of his public service to the people and the TDP. He said the award enhanced his responsibility and promised to strive for the all-round development of Srikakulam district. Jagan Mohan Reddy releases Rs 15,000 each to Kapu Committee women. Launching the YSR Kapu Nestam scheme intended to provide financial assistance of Rs 15,000 per annum each to members of the Kapu Committee, Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy said that about Rs 354 crore was transferred toward 2.3 lakh women aged between 45 and 60 having rice cards and belonging to Kapu, Baliza, Telaga and Ontari communities as part of the scheme. The amount was deposited as unencumbered amount into the bank accounts of the beneficiaries. In 5 years, the beneficiaries will be getting a total of Rs 75,000. The eligible beneficiaries will get the benefit within 1 month and on the same day next month they will be given the financial assistance, the Chief Minister said. He said that YSRC government has extended benefits worth Rs 4,470 crore to more than 23 lakh people of the Kapu community under various schemes in the past 13 months. The schemes include Amma Vodhi, Vasati Devna, Vidya Devna, Vashanam Mitra, Cheduru, Vedasi Vidya Devna and Kapu Nestam. Stating that this government will not leave out any eligible beneficiary, Jagan Mohan Reddy said if eligible beneficiaries are left out, they can get the details of the eligibility criteria at the village secretariats and apply afresh. ESI scam. Anti-Corruption Bureau Special Court grants 3-day police custody of Achanaidu others. The Anti-Corruption Bureau ACB Special Court granted the 3-day police custody of TDP MLA Kinjarapu Achanaidu and 4 others in the multi-crore ESI scam for the Anti-Corruption Bureau to question them. With Achanaidu undergoing treatment at the Guntur Government General Hospital, he will be questioned in the hospital itself in the presence of his advocates. The ACB court heard the petition filed by the investigation agency seeking the court to allow custody of Achanaidus and others regarding the irregularities in the purchase of medicines and other equipments. Advocates representing Achanaidu also filed a bail plea while the ACB court. However, the court granted 3-day custody of Achanaidu and others for questioning. Achanaidu was arrested from his residence in Dekali of Srikakulam district on June 12 for his alleged involvement in the ESI scam. Along with Achanaidu, four others, including Chintala Krishnappa Ramesh Kumar, retired Director of IMS, Directorate of Insurance and Medical Services, Dr. G. Vijay Kumar, retired Special Grade Civil Surgeons, ESI Hospitals, Raj Mahendravaram, and former Director of IMS, E. Ramesh Babu, Senior Assistant, DIMS Vijayawada, and Dr. V. Janardhan, retired Joint Director of IMS, Kadapa, will be cautioned. Spike in COVID-19 cases continues in Visakhapatnam, 41 fresh cases reported. The spike in COVID-19 cases continued in the district as 41 more tested positive on Wednesday, increasing the total to 571. Of the total, 320 are active cases and 247 persons were discharged from hospitals after their complete recovery. 4 persons died of COVID-19 in the district so far. Fresh cases were reported in Peda Ramabhadrapuram, Murli Nagar, Alipuram, Bhanoji Nagar, Relli Vedi, Srinagar, SPV Nagar, KRM Colony, Tangedu, Jogavani Palem, Gondigudam, and NGGO's Colony. Meanwhile, Commissioner of Police R.K. Meena said everyone should wear face mask to check the spread of coronavirus. A fine of ₹100 would be imposed on those who don't wear mask from Thursday. At all programs, social distance should be maintained and the area should be thoroughly sanitized. Cases will be filed against violators of corona restrictions under the IPC and the Disaster Management Act, he said. With the addition of 15 new containment clusters, the total went up to 150 in the district. Andhra Pradesh records 553 more COVID-19 cases, 7 deaths. In another biggest spike in COVID-19 cases in the state, 553 persons tested positive for the virus in 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 10,884. 7 more deaths took the death toll to 136. A total of 19.085 samples were tested between Wednesday 9 am to Thursday 9 am, in which 477 persons from the state, 69 from other states, and 7 foreign returnees tested positive. Media bulletin released by the State Command Control Room on Thursday morning said, Guntur recorded the highest number of cases with 67 and the district tally is inching towards 1000 mark. The district now has 958 cases. East Godavari recorded 64 positive cases while Anantapur has 52 cases. With 22 more cases, the Kadapa district tally touched 500. 2 each deaths were recorded in Krishna, Kurnool and Guntur districts, while 1 death was recorded in East Godavari district. Krishna district continues to top the chart in terms of casualties with 45 deaths, while Kurnool is closely following with 44 deaths. Active cases now stand at 5,760, while the total number of people who got discharged from hospitals is 4,988. More than 7.69 lakh samples were tested so far in the state, of which 10,884 samples tested positive. Telangana, 6th largest contributor to COVID-19 cases in the country. Telangana has emerged as the 6th largest contributor to COVID-19 cases in the country if statistics from the last 10 days are analyzed. The state's caseload from June 15 to 23 was 4,579 cases, which make it the 6th highest contributor to the total coronavirus cases in the country, joining the likes of Delhi, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. It has managed to do so with just 18,000 tests, which is still far lesser than desired. With 4,579 cases, it is behind only Maharashtra, 31,052 cases, Delhi, 25,420, Tamil Nadu, 19,942, Uttar Pradesh, 5,278, and Gujarat, 4,839. Other states like Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka have a higher caseload, but their contribution to cases has been lower, indicating a more flattened spread of cases, unlike in Telangana, which has been witnessing a rising spread of the virus. For instance, in the last 3 days, Telangana has been upward of more than 600 cases every single day, contrary to a week ago on June 14, when only 200 odd cases were recorded. Maharashtra, Delhi, and Tamil Nadu, which contributed the highest to the total of caseload of the country in the last 10 days, are testing nearly 15,000 individuals daily. While Maharashtra tested 1.4 lakh people, Delhi 1.11 lakh, Tamil Nadu 2.33 lakh, Uttar Pradesh 1.20 lakh, Gujarat 45,761, Telangana tested just 18,000 people. Pawan Kalyan not reachable. Ever since Pawan Kalyan has decided to make a comeback into movies, he is under pressure to wrap up his movies in order to make as much mullah as he could in the short time. While he has agreed for Vakil Saab, the Pink remake, he has also given his nod to director Krish A.M. Ratnam movie and Harish Shankar Maitri movie makers movie. At a time when the shooting of Vakil Saab has almost wrapped up and only one schedule was pending, the nationwide imposed lockdown has affected the film shootings. With Corona in no mood to slow down, things went haywire in the film industry, forcing all the filmmakers, actors, technicians, and producers to change their shooting plans. Pawan Kalyan is also not interested in any type of work for now. Pawan is said to be not reachable now. With rapid increase in cases as he has kids at home, Pawan is not ready to take the risk. Urban Center of Excellence TS Pass to fructify this year. An Urban Center of Excellence would be set up in 2020-21 and TSB Pass in place soon, once the State Cabinet approves it. These were the highlights of the Municipal Administration and Urban Development MAUD Department's annual report for 2019-20 released by Municipal IT and Industries Minister K.T. Ramarao along with his counterparts Talasani Srinivas Yadav and E. Daikar Rao, apart from MAUD Principal Secretary Arvind Kumar. The report stated that a comprehensive waste management policy is under consideration covering all types of urban waste and would be implemented in all cities, including Hyderabad. The Telangana State Building Permission Approval and Self-Certification System TSB Pass, a time-bound online self-certification building and layout approval system on the lines of TSI Pass, is also being tested and would be launched after it is approved by the Cabinet, the report stated. Ramarao said the Telangana government is striving hard to transform the cities and municipalities in the state. He also mentioned that it is implementing the new Municipal Act for faster development. Telangana High Court pulls up government over 41 illegal old age homes. A division bench of the Telangana High Court directed the state government to inform it about the steps taken against 41 unregistered old age homes in Hyderabad, Rangareddy and Medchal districts and the action taken against the officials who failed to inspect the facilities all these years. The bench comprising Chief Justice Raghavendra Singh Chauhan and Justice B. Vijay Sen Reddy pointed out that out of the 89 homes, about 41 are functioning without any permission in the said districts. It passed the order through video conference in a PIL, which was based on the letter of the Member Secretary of the Telangana State Legal Services Authority. Special Counsel of Telangana A. Sanjeev Kumar submitted that the government issued notices to the 41 old age homes that are not registered under the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007 and would initiate steps for their closure if not registered in 15 days. As for the Mothera Nest old age home, appropriate steps were taken to shift 8-10 inmates to another home to avoid overcrowding. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe Payant Times.